Imagine a land where ancient towns whisper tales of centuries past, emerald lakes mirror tumbling waterfalls, and sunlit islands drift across the sparkling Adriatic Sea. Welcome to Croatia, a country where history, nature, and culture intertwine in breathtaking harmony. From the medieval ramparts of Dubrovnik to the Roman marvels of Split, Croatia feels like a living open-air museum, where every cobblestone street and seaside fortress holds a story waiting to be told. Yet beyond its historic beauty, this land is a sanctuary for lovers of nature. The enchanting Plitvice Lakes National Park dazzles with crystal-clear waters and cascading falls, while the lofty Biokovo Mountains reveal panoramic vistas that seem to stretch without end. And then there's the coastline, among the most spectacular on Earth. With more than 1,200 islands, each with its own rhythm and character, Croatia is a paradise for travelers chasing turquoise bays, secluded beaches, and sunlit adventures. In Zagreb, the lively capital, old world charm meets modern creativity. Bustling markets, graceful Austro-Hungarian facades, and a thriving cafe culture make the city pulse with energy and elegance. Croatian cuisine is a feast for the senses, from fresh seafood and golden olive oil to the traditional peka and sweet friture. Every dish tells a story of coastal heritage and heartfelt tradition. Now, let's test your knowledge about this remarkable country. Here's a fun question. Croatia is home to one of the world's smallest towns with just about 30 residents. Do you know its name? Leave your guess in the comments and see if you're right. Korčula Island. Set in the heart of the Adriatic Sea, Korčula Island spans 279 square kilometers and stretches nearly 47 kilometers along Croatia's southern Dalmatian coast. Separated from the Pelješac Peninsula by a narrow strait, it is the second most populated island in the Adriatic, home to around 15,000 residents, most of them ethnic Croats. Korčula is renowned for Gurk, a rare white wine grown exclusively on the island, a treasure so limited it's rarely found beyond its shores. The landscape is a mosaic of Mediterranean vegetation and vast pine forests, crowned by its highest peaks, Klupka and Kom. Its main towns, Korčula, Blato, and Vela Luka, along with charming coastal and inland villages, embody the island's timeless spirit. The island enjoys a Mediterranean climate, with mild winters averaging 9.8 degrees Celsius and warm summers reaching nearly 27 degrees Celsius. A main road runs the island's spine, connecting its settlements, while ferries and catamarans link it effortlessly to the mainland and nearby islands. Legend says the island was founded by the Trojan hero Aeneas, or his companion Antenor, adding a mythic charm to its long history. Once under Byzantine rule, Korčula later became a vital timber source for Venice's naval fleet, and from 1776 to 1797 replaced Hvar as Venice's primary fortified arsenal. During World War I, the island was promised to Italy under the Treaty of London in 1915, though it ultimately remained Croatian territory. Korčula was also home to the celebrated 17th-century poet Petar Kanavelić, one of Croatia's literary giants. The island preserves vibrant cultural traditions, including Moreška, a 16th-century sword dance symbolizing bravery and honor. Korčula also cherishes klapa, a form of heartfelt a cappella singing rooted in the 19th century, passed down through generations. Its centuries-old stonemasonry flourished under Venetian rule from 1420 to 1797, shaping both the island's architecture and artistic heritage. Today, Korčula continues to nurture a thriving art scene. The Corkyra Baroque Festival, launched in 2012, celebrates the island's rich culture through 10 days of performances by leading Baroque ensembles and soloists. With its deep history, enduring artistry, and stunning natural landscapes, Korčula stands among Croatia's most captivating islands, a living tapestry of heritage, music, and Mediterranean beauty. Split. Perched on a sun-drenched peninsula along the Adriatic coast, Split is the largest city in Dalmatia and one of Croatia's most important seaports. Its naturally sheltered harbour has served for centuries as a key crossroads for trade and travel. The city's crown jewel is the Palace of Diocletian, an extraordinary Roman complex built between 295 and 305 CE, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, together with other historic fortifications, churches, and noble residences. Originally founded as a major Byzantine settlement in 812, Split later shifted between Venetian, Hungarian Croatian, and Austrian rule before joining Yugoslavia in 1918 and eventually independent Croatia in 1992. Its harbour flourished through the 20th century, especially after Rijeka temporarily fell to Italy in 1924, though the city endured significant damage during World War II. Thankfully, the old town survived, preserving its mesmerizing blend of Roman, medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque architecture, which continues to shape Split's cultural heart. At its center, Diocletian's palace remains a living relic. Its massive walls, ancient gates, and remnants of 16 original towers still standing tall. Over the centuries, this sprawling 7-acre complex has evolved into a vibrant urban maze where shops, homes, and markets coexist alongside Roman arcades and columns. The cathedral and baptistery are still in use today, while the palace's peristyle courtyard serves as a lively gathering place for locals and travelers alike. Beyond its Roman roots, Split celebrates art and history in several museums, including the Mestrović Gallery, honoring Croatia's great sculptor Ivan Mestrović, and the Archaeological Museum, which displays relics from ancient Salona and the surrounding region. Today, Split's economy thrives on tourism, shipbuilding, and manufacturing, producing aluminum, chemicals, and cement. Its Mediterranean climate, with long, warm summers and mild, rainy winters, makes it a year-round destination. Surrounding Split, the Dalmatian coast unfolds in rugged beauty, where the Dinaric Alps meet the sea, and islands scatter like jewels across the horizon. Would you rather lose yourself in Split's ancient streets, or set sail across the Adriatic to explore its sunlit islands? Plitvice Lakes National Park. Nestled in Croatia's mountainous karst region, Plitvice Lakes National Park is one of the country's oldest and largest protected areas, spanning nearly 297 square kilometers of pristine wilderness. Situated near the border with Bosnia and Herzegovina, the park sits along a vital north-south corridor connecting Croatia's inland heartlands with the Adriatic coast. Established in 1949, Plitvice became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979, celebrated for its mesmerizing tufa lakes, cascading waterfalls, and intricate cave systems. "16 shimmering lakes, created by the merging of small rivers and underground karst streams, flow gracefully into one another through natural travertine barriers. Divided into upper and lower clusters, these lakes constantly shift in color from azure to emerald to turquoise, depending on the minerals, microorganisms, and sunlight that dance across their surface. Today, Plitvice is Croatia's most visited national park, attracting over 1 million travelers each year. Entrance fees range between €10 and €40 in summer, depending on the season and time of day. Encircled by the Dinaric Alps, the park lies between Mala Kapela to the west and Lička Pleševica to the east, offering dramatic mountain scenery in every direction. The region experiences a humid alpine climate, with average annual temperatures of 7.9 degrees Celsius and regular snowfall between November and March. Water temperatures vary widely, from below 10 degrees Celsius at the springs to nearly 20 degrees Celsius in summer, while the deeper lakes remain refreshingly cool year-round. Plitvice is also a vital refuge of biodiversity, its untouched beach and fir forests providing shelter to countless species, including the elusive brown bear. From its highest lake to its lowest, the park drops a total of 133 meters, with waterfalls cascading throughout, shaping one of Europe's most spectacular natural landscapes. Receiving about 1,500 millimeters of rainfall annually, Plitvice's water levels and falls shift beautifully with the rhythm of the seasons, especially in spring and autumn. With its dazzling scenery, thriving wildlife, and deep cultural significance, Plitvice Lakes National Park remains one of Croatia's most breathtaking natural wonders. If you could spend a day here, would you wander the wooden walkways or glide across the crystal waters by boat? Tell us in the comments. Biokovo Mountain. Stretching along the Dalmatian coastline between the Cetina and Neretva rivers, Biokovo is Croatia's second highest mountain range, wild, majestic, and full of untamed beauty. Its dramatic karst terrain rises sharply from the sea, crowned by Sveti Đure, the highest peak, reaching 1,762 meters above sea level. At the summit stands a powerful broadcast transmitter, a modern contrast to the timeless landscape. Spanning 196 square kilometers, Biokovo is a protected nature park, sheltering over 1,500 species of plants and animals, many found nowhere else on Earth. The mountain's rugged ridges include Sveti Ilija, an independent peak soaring 1,642 meters, part of the vast Dinaric Alps that frame Croatia's coastline. On exceptionally clear days, you can even glimpse Monte Gargano in Italy, some 252 kilometers away, a view that feels almost surreal. Several of these areas fall within the Biokovo Nature Park, whose visitor center in Makarska provides essential guidance and information for hikers. But Biokovo demands respect. Its steep slopes and unpredictable weather can be perilous for the unprepared. Over the decades, many have underestimated its challenges, some requiring rescue, others never returning. Since 1976, 24 hikers have lost their lives here, and 37 have been rescued often due to hiking in flip-flops or without enough water or equipment. So, the question is, would you dare to step onto the skywalk, a glass platform suspended over the cliffs, or would you take the long climb to Sveti Đure's peak, watching the sun dip below the Adriatic in unforgettable silence? Zagreb. Nestled between Medvednica Hill in the north and the Sava River to the south, Zagreb is Croatia's capital and largest city, a vibrant blend of history, culture, and modern life. Its old town grew from two medieval settlements, Adriatic, a fortified civic center from the 13th century, and Kaptol, a clerical stronghold enclosed by walls in the 16th century. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Zagreb expanded rapidly, stretching east and west, with post-World War II neighborhoods rising across the Sava River. Beyond Medvednica lies the scenic Zagorje region, an idyllic landscape of vineyards, forests, and storybook villages dotted with elegant country manners. Within Adriatic stand some of Zagreb's most iconic landmarks, including the Gothic Church of Street Mark, the Baroque Church of Street Catherine, and a collection of historic palaces. Zagreb is rich in parks, squares, and green boulevards, serving as Croatia's cultural heart and home to the Academy of Sciences and Arts and the University of Zagreb, founded in 1669. The city's artistic soul thrives in its museums, galleries, and the magnificent Croatian National Theatre, a neo-Baroque masterpiece that anchors its cultural identity. Zagreb's story stretches back to 1093, when it became a bishopric, later earning the title of Royal Free City after the Mongol invasion of 1241–42. Throughout its history, Zagreb has stood at the crossroads of empires resisting Ottoman and Austrian influence and emerging as a center of Croatian national pride in the 19th century. During World War II, the city served as the capital of a puppet state under Axis control until it was liberated by Yugoslav partisans in 1945. It remained part of Yugoslavia until Croatia declared independence in 1991, beginning a new chapter of national identity. Today, Zagreb stands as the country's leading industrial and economic hub, producing everything from machinery and pharmaceuticals to textiles and fine foods. Its strategic location makes it a vital transport crossroads, linking Western and Central Europe with the Adriatic coast and the Balkans. What captivates you most about this dynamic capital? Its layered history, its creative pulse, or its timeless European charm? Tell us in the comments below. Krka waterfalls. Deep within Krka National Park, nature has crafted a masterpiece, the Krka waterfalls, a series of cascades, emerald pools, and lush forests that feel almost otherworldly. Here, crystal waters tumble over limestone terraces, forming a dreamlike scene of motion and light that stirs the imagination. Unlike any other in Europe, Krka's waterfalls unfold in multiple tiers, where the river cuts through canyons, mossy rock, and tranquil lagoons shaped by travertine formations. The most famous of these is Skredinsky Buk, a magnificent 17-step cascade, where torrents of white foam plunge into a turquoise basin below. The roar of the water, the mist in the air, and the untouched greenery around you create a landscape that feels alive, a living symphony of sound and beauty. Beyond Skredinsky Buk, the park hides other treasures like Roški Slap, a quieter but equally stunning waterfall framed by caves, wooden bridges, and ancient watermills. Nearby lies Visovac Island, a serene patch of land in the middle of a lake, home to a Franciscan monastery that adds a touch of peace to this wild setting. One of Croatia's greatest charms is the ability to walk among its wonders. Wooden pathways and winding trails allow visitors to stand just above the flowing water, discovering secret streams, rare wildlife, and bursts of color from wildflowers that bloom along the banks. For those who seek nature, adventure, and wonder all in one place, the Croatia waterfalls are a breathtaking reminder of the artistry of the natural world. Lokrum Island. Just a short sail from Dubrovnik's Old Town, Lokrum Island offers a tranquil, forested escape, a peaceful retreat wrapped in myth and Mediterranean beauty. Protected as a nature reserve, the island is a haven of lush trails, curious peacocks, and secluded swimming spots hidden among rocky shores. Visitors can wander through its ancient fort and gardens, immersing themselves in an atmosphere of serenity and mystery. A quick 20-minute ferry ride from Dubrovnik's harbour makes Lokrum the perfect day trip for those seeking a breath of nature just beyond the city's walls. Though the island offers charming cafes and seaside restaurants, visitors should note the seasonal ferry schedule, as there are no overnight stays permitted. Lokrum is steeped in legend, most famously, the tale of Richard the Lionheart, who was shipwrecked here in 1192. He vowed to build a church on the island, but at Dubrovnik's request, it was instead constructed within the city itself. In the centuries that followed, Benedictine monks made Lokrum their home, establishing an abbey and monastery. When expelled in 1808, they cast a curse upon the island, declaring misfortune on anyone who sought to possess it for personal gain. To this day, no one owns Lokrum, adding to its aura of mystique and untouched beauty. The ruins of the monastery, framed by lush gardens and sea views, offer visitors a window into its storied past. With no hotels or permanent residents, Lokrum remains a sanctuary of peace and purity, an island untouched by time. A favorite among locals and travelers alike, it is the perfect refuge from Dubrovnik's lively streets, a place where silence, sea, and legend intertwine. Šibenik. Perched along the Krka River estuary, near where its waters meet the Adriatic Sea, Šibenik is a historic port city in southern Croatia, a place where stone walls, sea breezes, and centuries of history come together in perfect harmony. First mentioned in 1066, Šibenik was likely founded earlier by Slavic settlers, and by 1167 it had earned its charter. For centuries, it stood between empires, contested by Venice and Hungary-Croatia, until Venice finally claimed it in 1412. Today, Šibenik thrives on tourism, drawing visitors to its sunlit beaches and nearby islands like Prvić and Zlarin, small gems that charm despite their lack of a local water source. The Dalmatian coast, where Šibenik lies, is celebrated for its rugged beauty, gentle Mediterranean climate, and string of timeless coastal towns. This region, Dalmatia, stretches along the Adriatic, separated from the mainland by the towering Dinaric Alps, whose peaks soar above 1,900 meters, framing the sea in striking contrast. Dalmatia's archipelago includes iconic islands such as Krk, Hvar, Korčula, and Vis, each steeped in myth and maritime heritage. The region's roots reach back to the Illyrians, later shaped by Greek and Roman influence. The Romans conquered the Illyrians in 155 BCE, weaving Dalmatia into their empire and laying the foundations for centuries of cultural evolution. After Rome's fall, the region passed through many hands, Byzantine, Venetian, and Hungarian, each leaving its mark on Dalmatia's character and architecture. Modern Dalmatia's economy flourishes through agriculture, winemaking, and tourism. While its rocky soil resists grains, it nurtures olive groves, vineyards, and Mediterranean gardens. Wine is among its proudest exports. Dalmatian vintages are known for their rich flavor and heritage. Beyond farming, the region supports bauxite mining, cement production, and shipbuilding, with hydroelectric energy from the Krka and Neretva rivers, fueling local industry. Yet today, it is tourism that defines Dalmatia's spirit. From Split to Dubrovnik, travelers come to experience the sunlight, sea, and centuries of history etched into every stone. If you had a single day here, would you explore its medieval alleyways or sip coffee by the Adriatic, watching the waves roll beneath the city walls? Zadar. Set on a sunlit peninsula along Croatia's Adriatic coast, Zadar is a captivating historic city, once the proud capital of Dalmatia, now a vibrant blend of ancient charm and modern life. Separated from the islands of Ugljan and Pashman by the tranquil Zadar Channel, the city's natural deepwater harbour lies gracefully between the peninsula and the mainland. Today, modern Zadar stretches across the mainland, its economy driven by liqueur production, fish processing, textiles, plastics, and manufacturing industries. The Zadar Riviera has evolved into a beloved resort destination, drawing visitors with its shimmering coastline and ideal conditions for sailing, swimming, and water sports. Connected by road, rail, air, and ferry, Zadar remains a vital gateway, linking the Balkans with Italy and the rest of the Mediterranean. The Old Town, with its cobblestone streets and enduring architecture, still bears the scars and triumphs of history, its ancient spirit preserved despite the hardships of war. At its heart stands the Roman Forum, where remnants of temples and columns echo stories from over 2 millennia ago. Cultural treasures abound. The Archaeological Museum, state archives, and a historic theatre offer rich insights into Zadar's past, while the city's university, affiliated with the University of Zagreb, keeps its academic spirit alive. Yet, Zadar is far from trapped in time. Its modern marvels the sea organ, an ingenious installation that turns ocean waves into music, and the greeting to the sun, a solar-powered light display, celebrate the harmony between nature, art, and innovation. Blending ancient heritage with contemporary creativity, Zadar stands as a city where history hums, the sea sings, and light dances, a destination that perfectly bridges the past and the present. Dubrovnik. Often hailed as the Pearl of the Adriatic, Dubrovnik stands among the most breathtaking cities along Croatia's Dalmatian coast. Nestled on the country's southern shores, it occupies a dramatic promontory beneath the towering slopes of Mount Srđa. The city's mighty seawalls rise straight from the turquoise waters, while the imposing Mincheta fortress watches protectively over the landward side. Dubrovnik's Old Town, earned its UNESCO World Heritage status in 1979, a testament to its timeless beauty and cultural significance. Within these ancient ramparts, medieval fortresses, stone towers, and Renaissance houses line streets steeped in centuries of history. The Stradon, Dubrovnik's marble-paved main avenue, was once a marshland today. It gleams at the heart of the old city, alive with life and laughter. No cars are allowed within the walls, preserving the tranquil charm of its narrow, winding alleyways. Among its many treasures are the Lovrijenac Fortress, the 15th century bell tower, and one of Europe's oldest synagogues. Dubrovnik is easily reached by sea, through Bruges harbour, or by air, with regular international flights arriving at Čilipi Airport. Its economy thrives on tourism, maritime trade, and light industry, all powered by the city's enduring global allure. Cultural life flourishes here. Museums such as the Museum of Dubrovnik, the Maritime Museum, and the State Archives preserve the city's illustrious legacy. Each summer, Dubrovnik transforms into a stage for art and music during its world-famous summer festival, where open-air theatres and historic courtyards come alive with performances. With its majestic walls, sunlit architecture, and sweeping Adriatic views, Dubrovnik remains one of the world's most unforgettable coastal cities, a place where every step feels like walking through living history. Pula. Located at the southern tip of the Istrian Peninsula, Pula is a major port city and industrial powerhouse on Croatia's western coast. Its nearly enclosed harbour shelters a historic naval base and the famed Uljanik shipyards, symbols of the city's maritime legacy. Conquered by Rome in the 2nd century BCE, Pula rose to prominence as an important regional center and became the seat of a Christian bishopric by the 2nd century CE. The city later came under Italian rule in 1920 before becoming part of Croatia in 1947. Pula's crowning glory is its remarkably preserved Roman amphitheatre, completed around 80 CE, once capable of seating over 23,000 spectators, a magnificent testament to Roman engineering and culture. A blend of Roman, Venetian, and Austro-Hungarian influences gives Pula a character unlike any other, making it a captivating crossroads of history and architecture. Today, the city's economy thrives on shipbuilding, manufacturing, and tourism, blending industry and heritage in perfect balance. With its rich past and strategic coastal position, Pula remains one of Croatia's most significant cultural and economic hubs. Would you wander through the shadows of its Roman arena, or relax by the Adriatic, soaking in the city's coastal charm?